West Ham, your former club and club that you are associated with. Would that be a good move for James Ward-Prowse?
Of course it would. Playing Premier League football, playing in Europe as well.
Yeah.
It's very attractive for any footballer. So the only thing
Capital, London?
Yeah, exactly. In the city, but I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing that being in the city it's swallowed up a few footballers over here, I tell you that, the bright lights. But he's obviously knows what it's about, and he's a homegrown player, something that probably David Moyes would want to bed, because basically I know what David Moyes wants. He wants players to bed in quickly. Yeah. And
he'd be able to do that, I think.
He'd be able to do that. He's a Premier League player, England player, and hopefully they can get a deal done as soon as possible, because he's a really tight player to get, and I know the other boys will thrive off playing with him as well, because he's just a quality player.
In terms of, West Ham still haven't done any dealings this summer. Is it still the only club that hasn't signed anyone in the Premier League, Carlton?
Why are you going there? See what I'm saying? See, like, the way you're asking it is like, you know what's going on. Why are you asking me for?
I'm merely asking. You got the lowdown.
We haven't signed anybody just yet. But you know how it goes.
£105 million.
Wait, this is the problem, sir. People know that we got £105, yeah, and people are going to overcharge.
You're like the guys that come into the club that pulled up in a Ferrari and are like, here we go.
Yeah,
that table's times two now.
Yeah, times two now, you know what I mean? So that's what's happening. So it's just, listen, it's we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but hopefully something happens.
What kind of money would you say that James Ward-Prowse is worth then?
Right now, because he's in the Championship, I'd say 25, 30 million max.
Really?
20. Yeah. What player in the Championship goes for 50, 60 million?
But we're going for, if we're looking at Declan Rice money. I know he's on the Championship.
So you want us to spend half of our money on...
I do. I would like you to, yeah.
No chance, mate. 25, 30 million is fair. I think that's fair, and both parties should be happy with that.
Well, I do love a little stat, Carlton, and I'm just looking at the comparison between Declan Rice and James Ward-Prowse.
Here we go.
Declan Rice played 204 games in the Premier League. James Ward-Prowse 343. Goals scored, Declan 10. James Ward-Prowse 49. And then assists, Declan Rice 10.
They're different players.
38. I know they're different players.
They're different players.
But I'm talking about money.
Yeah, but they're different players.
We've already had.
Listen. This is Arsenal. Anyway, that's Arsenal's problem now. I don't want to talk about Declan Rice. Like, that's Arsenal's problem. So they paid that money. We've got RP. We're okay now. Like,
for those that are wondering, P, of course, means pounds.
So that's what it is. And you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I wish him all the best. He's an Arsenal player now. Arsenal are looking up the table, not down it. And they definitely want to spend the cash. And they wanted to spend the cash on him. So fair play.
Got great. Sorry to interrupt you
but
there.
you can't I don't think you could compare the two players, because Ward-Prowse is more of a provider and Declan Rice more of a destroyer. And then knows when to intercept, and he's got a different ball game.
That seems to be the argument for everyone to justify the £105 million. You can't compare him to him. Can't compare him to anyone. Who can I compare him to?
There's only one Declan Rice. There's only one.
Rice, baby.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.